Please join me in giving a very warm welcome to Peter Krause, President of our Alumni Network.
Thank you. Great. Thank you so much. Very gracious of you. Well, thank you, Amanda, and congratulations on being the Harvard Law School Student Government President. It's a great honor. Good afternoon. My respect and great affection to Dean John Manning, officiating over his first Harvard Law School commencement, Senator Jeff Flake, Dean Marcia Sells, all our other dignitaries, honorees, graduates, families, and friends. We have been blessed with a new great dean who has been a star in practice, government service, and academia, and I'm very happy that the stewardship of our fabulous school is in his gifted hands. How about some applause for the great class of 2018? Now, I'm going to reverse it now. Would all graduates, anyone getting a degree tomorrow, please stand up? Just graduates. Okay. Hold on. Okay, graduates. Now I'm telling the graduates, listen, I want the graduates to applaud their family, friends, and teachers who made this day possible for them, whether present or not. In your lives, thank those loved ones. Without their guidance, love, and support, you wouldn't be here today. So resume your seats, and let's get started. Okay, as Amanda referred, it's been my great pleasure to sit in those seats on 3 occasions. 44 years ago, I sat out there with my parents, happy and proud to receive my Harvard Law School degree. 35 years later, 2009, my wife and I sat there and watched our daughter Christina receive a Harvard Law School degree, and we returned 3 years later, 2012, when, I'm a little bit egocentric, Peter Christopher Krause Jr. got his JD. So you can see that this wonderful institution is a great part of the family legacy, and that's why I've been blessed to serve it for now 47 years. It's an honor to serve as president of your great Harvard Law School Alumni Association. And let me be frank and a touch immodest. You graduates are joining one of the most prestigious organizations in the world. There's nothing I can think that'd be better for your careers than to be a graduate of the Harvard Law School. HLSA is the oldest law school alumni organization in the world and serves 38,000 living alumni by supporting and sponsoring a number of programs and events. It is the vital link between our law school and its increasingly diverse and global alumni body. The HLSA motto is "Stay Connected." And the slogan I adopted for my 2-year presidency, which ends June 30th, was "Plant the HLS flag around the world," reflecting my career in the international arena in law and in investment banking and private equity. During our bicentennial year, we have conducted over 100 domestic programs, including 3 fabulous reunions right here on campus, titled HLS in the Arts, HLS in the World, and HLS in the Community. And we also conducted major events in Beirut, Belgrade, Budapest, Hong Kong, Rio de Janeiro, Rome, Sao Paulo, Seoul, Tel Aviv, and Tokyo. And we have programs upcoming in Russia and South Africa. I'd like to just highlight 3 of those programs to show you the value of the convening authority of the HLS brand. First, Seoul. A year ago, with my predecessor, Salvo Arena, and the president of HLSA Asia, YJ Kim, we did a bicentennial program in Seoul. The Chief Justice of the Supreme Court of South Korea had a reception for us, and I'm wearing this rather bright tie because it's a present And it says on the back of it, Office of the Chief Justice of the Supreme Court of Korea. So he welcomed us, gave us all presents, and the next day we went up to the DMZ and had a rule of law program in the Blue House, where you might have seen recently the two heads of North and South Korea met to start, hopefully, the reunification and a denuclearization program. I'll jump now to Beirut. I was in Beirut a month ago, and we were invited up by the president of Lebanon to his palace up on a hill. And that was the night, as we're doing our program, on the local TV in Beirut, the U.S. carriers and destroyers shot the missiles over our head to take out the gas-producing factories of the Assad regime in Damascus, Syria, just 50 miles east of where we were sitting. So we're watching the smoke lines of the missiles going over our heads, hitting the gas-producing factory. And finally in Rome, as Amanda just said, just 2 weeks ago, I was with Dean Johns, Steve Oliveira, Karen Chance, and the other leaders of the HLSA, and met with the President of Italy, Chief Justice of the Supreme Court, and the President of the Senate of Italy. So none of them would have been interested in meeting Peter Krause, but when the Dean or the President of Harvard Law School is there, you can show even governmental leaders come to meet with us because of the significance of this name around the world. The other thing significant about your opportunity the last 3 years is to have been educated by world-class teachers. And I would like you to pick a professor or professors, could be a composite of several, who taught you in the last few years, and emulate them in your career. It might be Dean John Manning. My professor who I try to emulate in my career was a man by the name of David Hurwitz. David's retired, and none of you would have had him, but he taught me business planning. The substance of the course in 1974 related to a lot of what I did in my career: corporate finance, capital markets, tax, accounting. But the intangibles that Professor Hurwitz instilled in me were far more significant. The qualities of organization, integrity, fairness, hard work, and accomplishment, Professor Hurwitz personified. I summarized the guidance he gave me in 3 principles, which I repeat to myself every day and use to raise my 3 children and all the analysts and associates and junior officers I managed at Morgan Stanley, Greenhill, and Cleary Gottlieb over the years. It's a total of only 6 words, 3 rules, but I'll throw them out there. Maybe they'll stick with some of you, and I hope you can use them in your lives and careers. Be early. Be prepared. Be excellent. Be early, be prepared, be excellent. Professor Hurwitz got those into me, and it worked for me, and I hope it helps some of you. There's an inscription on a plaque in Langdale Library here behind me, which I first heard in 1974, and it struck me significantly. And I've kept it in my mind for decades as a good definition of the importance of law. It was written by John Arthur MacArthur McGuire, who is a graduate of our law school, class of 1911, and he taught here as a professor from 1923 to 1957. You will all hear it tomorrow in Tercentenary Theater when President Drew Faust confers the Harvard Law School degrees upon you. It has been so used by Harvard University presidents, conferring those law diplomas, since 1935. I quote it. You are ready to aid in the shaping and application of those wise restraints that make men free. Close quote. As your alumni president, I urge you to be an active graduate and stay connected and volunteer for HLS. I strongly encourage you to plant the HLS flag in your personal lives wherever you go and exemplify our school's timeless values and ideals. Emphasize the rule of law to assure our society is just and to keep men and women free. I wish you much happiness in your personal lives, great satisfaction and success in your professional careers, and may God bless each and every one of you. Many thanks.